This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Okay, well, this is a pretty powerful opening pack. Thermo Alchemist is great in the spells deck. Death Bonnet Sprout I've gone up a little on, especially in the blue-green deck. It's probably Mask of Gristlebrand, though. I mean, it's a very difficult card to beat. It makes every creature into your deck into a problem, and that, is a problem for your opponent. There we go. I don't have any messages that might have come in the chat earlier, but it has loaded on my phone now, so I'll see future messages. But yeah, we take the Mask here. I think Thermo Alchemist is the only other card I would really feel good about first picking in this pack, so yeah. Okay. Probably an Organ Hoarder. It's crazy, but I think Organ Hoarder is better than Clear Shot in this format. It's just so good. It's just a 2-for-1 all the time, and it loads your graveyard if you're interested in that. And Clear Shot's good. You know, it's very good even, and is the second card I would take out of this pack ahead of Ardent Elementalist. But Organ Hoarder is just better. It's just better. Okay. So Ardent Elementalist is nice, but I like Overwhelmed Archivist a little more. Gives you 2 bodies. Not that hard to 2-for-1 with. Lets you loot. It does a whole lot of nice stuff, and so I'm pretty happy to pick one here. Okay. Storm Skrillex is a little interesting. So is Evolving Wilds. Gale Drifter and Vampire Interloper and Geist Wave are all kind of medium cards that I'm not super interested in having that, but they are all playable. You know, they're kind of in that area. Meanwhile, these two, if we end up in the right deck, are quite good. So it's kind of an awkward spot, this pack. So if we end up in blue-green, Death Bonnet Sprout is pretty nice. Storm Skrillex, obviously, if you're in blue-red. And I think the monocolored cards in this pack, all of them really, are pretty medium. So other than these two. So I think I'm going to take the Skrillex. Because that pack was weird. And I think that's an okay pick there. Okay, so Flesh Taker's pretty nice. You need, again, it's another card where you need the right deck for it to be nice. Static Awakener, it's a little truer of, but it's not that hard to make situations where it works between zombie tokens and creatures with, Disturb. You just have things to sacrifice to it all the time, and it's been pretty nice. I mean, I think Flesh Taker's definitely a better card, but I think the Awakener is good enough to take here. Okay. So Rotten Reunion's all right. Duress, not so much. Consider's okay. The best card in this pack is probably the Ghoul, followed by Silversmith. Where do I want to go? I mean, Consider's fine, too. I mean, it'll make the cut in our deck. It's not that exciting. Silversmith is definitely stronger. This is also a card worth looking at, like if we're an aggressive spell deck. I'm leaning towards Consider, I think. I mean, I think the Silversmith is good. Maybe I could... Yeah, I'm leaning towards Consider. Okay. So Drownyard Amalgam's all right. But Candlegrove Witch and Outland Liberator are both definitely significantly better. I'm probably still going to take the Amalgam, just given what we've done so far. I mean, these are nice 2s to have, but this is an okay finisher. It loads our graveyard. We care about that a little bit, so. Okay, so Flip the Switch and Unblinking Observer are both pretty nice. I think if we're going to actually be blue-black, which looks possible, I'd rather have the Flip overall, so. No Way Out's not great, but... You know, it does give us a token and 2-for-1 our opponent, ideally. So deck looks okay so far. I mean, blue-black is the strongest color pair. And when I say that, it's not that like every blue-black deck will beat every other deck. It's that on average, your blue-black deck is just going to be better than every other color pair in the set. Like, because the commons are all just that good. I'd probably grab Silverbolt here over another No Way Out or a Behemoth. Behemoth's okay, but I think removal's better, and this has been pretty nice removal overall. Could add 2 Grizzly Ghouls, which might have been interesting, but these are both okay. I guess I like Blood Pact a little more. But yeah, the strength of the cards is such that, like, blue-black just ends up being a decent deck a huge chunk of the time. So, that's what we're hoping for here. Okay, got a nice rare in Patrician Geist, you know, Windrake with very real upside. I like Covert Cut Purse and Foul Play, but not more than the Geist. You know, it's going to pump some of our creatures, and it's going to make all of our flashback and stuff like that better. Crawl from the Cellar is quite nice. You wouldn't mind one, but I think the Geist is good enough to take here. I would love a Cut Purse or a Foul Play or a Crawl from the Cellar in this deck. So hopefully one of those comes back. But for now, we're taking the Geist. Okay, Infernal Grasp is really good. This is an interesting pick here. We've got Organ Hoarder and we've got Infernal Grasp. I think I like the Grasp more, but it's pretty darn close. That's how good Organ Hoarder is. The Grasp can just deal with everything, you know? When we looked at Clear Shot, it's a lot more situational. Infernal Grasp isn't, like, other than that you have to have 2 life, but that's really not situational. So I think we take it here. We wouldn't mind wheeling, Crawl from the Cellars. Basically no way Organ Hoarder wheels, but the Behemoth would be an okay wheel too, but we'll take the removal here. I think Grasp is good enough to take there, but it's close. Okay. Speaking of Clear Shot. Alright, so another Silverbolt. Don't hate the Observer. Don't hate Larder Zombie in this deck either, really. Helps you find your things. Like in this deck, if we end up in blue-black, I think Larder Zombie and Silverbolt are just better than these cards. I mean, Rotten Reunion does give you 2 zombie tokens, which is nice, and it does that no matter what, but it's not... I don't think it's better than these other options. We have good removal already. I'm leaning towards Larder Zombie here. Yeah, that card has been surprisingly good. Because, like, it doesn't look particularly good. Ooh, Diagraph Horde. Yes, please. So this is great. It's great common. It and Organ Hoarder being common are part of the reason blue-black is, like, the best color pair. And, yeah, Corpse Cobble's like a signpost uncommon. It's good, and we'd like one in our deck, but it's not as good as Diagraph Horde. Like, not even close. I want to say I gave Rotten Reunion, like, a D. And it's kind of... I mean, it's like a build around C- in reality. Like, in this deck, it's a C-. You know, still not great, but it's okay. So, Hobbling Zombie or Blood Tithe Collector. I think I like the Collector a little more. You know, Ghoulish Procession's okay. It's actually not that good in a deck that... It's better, like, in black-white. It's okay in a deck like this, but I think I like Blood Tithe Collector a little more. It's a 2-for-1 a lot of the time. I like that this gives you 2 bodies, but I like Blood Tithe Collector enough to take it here. I like collecting tithes. Ooh, Siege Zombie. Yes, please. Okay, so we're getting some of the key pieces now. Siege Zombie, those being things like Siege Zombie and, there's something else. Oh, Diagraph Horde. That's it. Here's an interesting pick. We've got a Ecstatic Awakener, which is really good with all our zombie stuff. And a couple decent blue cards. I think we take Midnight Ambush, though, which is a great removal spell. And the fact it's still here, pick 8, probably means black's pretty open. So hopefully we can reap the rewards. Do I want another Larder Zombie more than I want a Behemoth? Maybe. I mean, the Behemoth does give us a pretty real payoff for having zombies. I think I probably take our first Behemoth over the second Larder Zombie. Okay, now we get Crawl from the Cellar, another very key common for this deck that's very strong. Makes it so, like, your sort of combo pieces like Siege Zombie and stuff, you can get them back, and it puts counters on things. It's just really good. So we take Moonsilver Key. If we end up splashing, we might play it, but it's not that good. Shady Traveler's all right. You know, it's not a zombie. It doesn't do anything with zombies, but hey. Blade Brand definitely better than Duress, so we'll take it. Yeah, this draft's going pretty well so far, I would say. This pack is not so good, though. So, yeah, I don't like Heirloom Mirror. It's been a pretty big disappointment overall. Secrets of the Key, if you're in spells or blue-green. Like blue-red and blue-green, it's decent. Not so much here. Arrogant Outlaw, not great either. I'm kind of leaning towards taking Light Up the Night. And we have one piece of fixing. And if we pick up more, I mean, it's a great thing to splash. And I just think the upside there is worth way more than these two cards that are super likely to make the cut anyway. So I'm just going to take Light Up the Night here. Yeah. Not ideal for our opening pack, but, you know. Okay, Vivisection is not a bad way to utilize the extra bodies that we're generating. It might be the pick here. How many vampires do we have? I don't think we have very many. Yeah, we don't. Defenestrate's pretty good, but we have enough removal that I'm not, like, desperate for it. And I like the Strangler and the Angler. But I think, given what our deck's doing, we might be a little more interested in Vivisection. Maybe we're not quite good enough at making tokens that we take Vivisection over, like, removal. Yeah, we probably don't. I think we just take the Defenestrate there. Another Bait Hook Angler. We probably take Falcon Abomination. I like the Carriage. I like the Angler. But this gives us two bodies, and we're interested in having those. So, for things like Ecstatic Awakener and Siege Zombie. And I think here we take an Awakener over Larder Zombie and flip the switch. Those are both perfectly playable, but, you know, not amazing. Don't want Ominous Roost. We don't have enough reasons to take it. Jack-o'-lantern's fixing, but it's pretty terrible fixing. Same thing with Candle Guide. But do I want another Behemoth? I think maybe we do. We may not have all... I mean, we could use more payoffs for having zombies. It may not make the cut, but Jack-o'-lantern and Crossroads Candle Guide aren't very likely to make the cut either, so... Oh, wow, that's a late Organ Hoarder that I'm very happy to take. Give me the Organ Hoarder. Another Crawl from the Cellar. Happy to take that, too. Definitely over the Behemoth and Otherworldly Gaze. Blue-black was definitely open this time. I think there's probably one other drafter. It's not, like, crazy open, but it's pretty open. I mean, if you can get two Organ Hoarders these days, you're doing pretty well. Yeah, I don't hate this Startled either. This is definitely our best deck of the day. So hopefully it delivers. Yeah, we'll grab this, because I guess we will. We actually didn't end up with a ton of ways to do things with the Geist. We have, like, 4 cards with Flashback, though. I mean, it'll do a thing. We don't really have any vampires, but we're not going to take anything else out of this pack either. A really nice deck. Time to go 1 and 3. It could happen. It could happen. Like, another Siege Zombie would have been nice. I'd probably grab Rotten Reunion here. I don't think it's going to make the cut, but it's more likely than those two cards, so... Another Larder Zombie's not terrible. I mean, unfortunately, in terms of, like, payoffs, I would have liked a million Siege Zombies, or something like that, but I think we're okay overall anyway. I mean, even just, like, putting Mask of Gristlebrand on zombie tokens is pretty real. There's Jack-o'-lantern. So, yeah, we're not going to splash that rare we picked up, but that's okay. Okay. So, I don't think we're really going to be playing Shady Traveler. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely short a few cards, like, that make multiple bodies and stuff. So, kind of think we may be playing No Way Out. I think I'm more interested in No Way Out than I am Blood Pact. Just because it does tack on a body, and we could use those bodies. I even think Rotten Reunion, with 2 Ecstatic Awakeners, we may be playing Rotten Reunion. Yeah, I mean, the Amalgam's not really necessary in this deck, I don't think. It's an okay thing to have, but I'd probably end up cutting an Amalgam and a Behemoth here. They're nice things to put Mask of Gristlebrand on, I guess, but that's not really enough of a reason for me. So I think we probably cut an Amalgam and a Behemoth. I think we're sticking at 17. We do have one Consider, which lets one consider maybe going down to 16, but I don't love that idea. Unblinking Observer is not great in this deck. It's not bad either, but it's definitely one of the weaker cards for what our deck looks like. Yeah, we want our Awakeners. Maybe No Way Out's just a cut. I mean, Rotten Reunion might just be better. I mean, we ran 16 in a deck earlier today, but I don't think this deck has the right composition for that. I mean, Larder Zombie gives us a little card selection. Obviously, Consider does too, so... I mean, Consider's not great in this deck. It may even just be what we cut in the end. Like, in the spell deck, it has so many applications. In this deck, it's just a card selection spell, and, you know, we've already got Oregon Hoarder and Ecstatic Awakener and Mask of Gristlebrand and Larder Zombie. So I think we probably hold on to the creatures that can be tapped for our various things, yeah, get rid of that sort of thing. We do still need to cut one more card, and it might be No Way Out. Could also be more Crit Behemoth. It's not a bad finisher though. I mean, and we could use a couple up here, like the Collector and the Behemoth. Yeah, it's probably No Way Out. I mean, that still leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah. I don't think we can cut No Way Out. I think we need the zombie token badly enough. We need the bodies, you know, to really take advantage of such things. And that may mean that the Behemoth's not great. I mean, you know, Larder Zombies are pretty expendable. But I think we probably cut the Behemoth and stick with all our zombies and card selection, card advantage type things. Yeah. I think this is where we go. Seek to close out the game by slapping the mask on things, or Siege Zombie, which, you know, we only have one, but we do have 2 crawl from the cellars, so getting them back isn't that far-fetched. And yeah, I think in a lot of versions of this deck, you don't run Rotten Reunion because it's so narrow, but we don't have that many cards that give us more than one body, and it does. So that's basically the rationale there. All right. Let's see how we do here. Once I really looked at the deck, it doesn't seem quite as amazing as it felt during the draft, but I still think it's pretty good. I still think it's probably our best draft of the day, even though we had that pretty fun 1-3 deck. All right, this is definitely a keep. I mean, we want black mana, but Oregon Hoarder and maybe Larder Zombie will help us do it, so... Can't believe Larder Zombie's like a build around C. Such a wacky format. Uh-oh. Well, turn 1 Champion of the Perished is not good. We do have multiple ways to kill it, is the bright side, but yeah. Yep. Uh-oh. So if we don't draw a 4th land, we're going to be in real trouble. That Awakener is going to transform here, I would guess. They might be afraid to because of bounce spells. So we're just going to take it. If we block it, things go even worse for us. So we really need to draw the land here, or we're kind of dead. Nice. And it's even a swamp. which is good news. So we definitely play Organ Hoarder here. Set up the card selection. Okay, well, we'll grab another Swamp. Throw those two in the graveyard. It's like we played the 3-mana 2/3 that mills 4 cards and gives you a land. It's what it feels like. I don't really think I want to double block Awoken Demon. I don't imagine that'll go very well. Well, now it really won't go well. I think we're kind of okay with triggering this again. I can even also play Rotten Reunion, which I could use on their Rotten Reunion. So, yeah, I don't hate that. We do have to take 7 here, which doesn't feel good, but... So yeah, we play Organ Hoarder. I guess we want another Larder Zombie more than this other stuff. I wish I could play it right away. If I had tapped my mana differently, I could, but I can still Rotten Reunion, and I guess I may as well go after their Rotten Reunion while I can. Also means we'll be able to Surveil here. Their deck seems like a much better version of our deck so far. Oh, that Champion of the Perished. He's jacked. We're going to be at low enough life that, like, Infernal Grasp is going to be rough. Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to be at really low life. I think maybe the best thing to do here is set up a chump so that I have as much life as possible after Infernal Grasp. Now, I could double block Awoken Demon and go to 2, but then I can't cast Infernal Grasp. So, yeah. I think that's what we do. I think we block there and block here. Go to 5. It's not great, but I think it's better than the alternative. Oh, I forgot to Surveil. Too distracted by how the beatdown we're receiving. Yeah. I guess we play Larder Zombie. We could also play Crawl from the Cellar and get back Organ Hoarder, but that's not exactly saving us here. We need to have one more blocker on the ground. One way or another. I guess maybe Organ Hoarder's our best bet. I mean, I could play the Horde, but his friends don't block, so... I think we just Organ Hoarder here. Play Organ Hoarder yet again. If I do that, I can't play Grasp, though, so maybe I just want to play Larder Zombie. Yeah, maybe that's just better. Yeah, probably is. Definitely sucks, though. We're getting stomped by the better version of our deck. I mean, turn 1 Champion of the Parish is just nasty in this kind of deck. So we're going to remember this time to Surveil. That's too slow. I don't think there's really anything that can save us, but that's definitely not going to do it. Although, I guess if I kill one of these guys here with my Grasp, and that is probably what I'm going to do, I can then use the Bolt to kill the Abomination, and that might buy us one more turn. I mean, it probably doesn't, but maybe that is our best bet here. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to try to Infernal Grasp, Champion of the Perished here. Oh, I threw it in our graveyard anyway. I'm not sure it's our best bet, but it probably was. I probably shouldn't have milled it. Man, all the Organ Hoarders in the world can't save us. We can play Blood Tithe Collector as a blocker here. I don't hate that. And we end our turn. I guess they get through for 2 no matter what, though, when they attack all. Yeah, we had no way out. No way out. Not a great start. Pair us against people who aren't playing blue-black. Come on. I think we'll beat most non-blue-black decks, but the mirror... I mean, if they hadn't played that turn 1 thing, things would have gone better for us, but I guess that mask would have helped a little bit. Our deck can have a pretty similar start to that one. Obviously, we don't have, you know, Champion of the Perished, but like early Ecstatic Awakener, Transform It, something our deck can do pretty easily. We might do it in this hand. Giving up a real card like Larder Zombie doesn't feel great when you do that, but yeah. Keep 7. I guess maybe playing Awakener first is better. Because maybe we chip in for 1. Yeah, it looks like we probably would have. Looks like we probably would have. If they tap out here, I may seriously consider a transformation. I think we attack with the Awakener, and if they block, we transform it, and if they don't, we probably just defenestrate that thing. Yeah. Yeah, so they just take it. I don't think we bother with, yeah, with transforming. I'm trying to decide if I want to defenestrate Dawnheart Wardens now or wait. They're not that likely to be able to protect it from defenestrate, so I think we just wait. Our next 2 turns are going to be pretty strong between the Hoarder and the Horde, so yeah. I think we let this hit us. They may play something we want to kill even more. I don't know, you know? Could happen. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and defenestrate it now. I think it was worth sort of seeing what might happen there, but... yeah, they could have the indestructible trick, it's true. Luckily, they did not. Okay, so... I think probably getting in for 1 is going to be a little better than surveilling for 1. Maybe it's not, though. Surveilling's pretty real. Yeah, let's just play our Organ Hoarder. I mean, we're getting pretty big card selection between those 2 effects. I think we want Blood Tithe Collector for sure. And we'll pass our turn. I feel like we're in pretty good shape here, especially because our opponent hasn't done much. So I can still transform it if I really want to. I mean, obviously, there's not that much value in doing so, but we can. No Way Out's actually pretty good here. I think we'd probably take it, and it's probably what we even play this turn. Ah, it keeps clicking on the wrong thing. Learn to read. Okay, well, it's not a disaster. I did want that in my hand, but I'll be okay. We are still going to Blood Tithe Collector them. If they take the hit. If they trade, we don't. Yeah, and we don't. We officially do not. Okay, so now I think we play Diregraph Horde and exile their graveyard. Okay, so we're gonna surveil. Yeah, we are gonna actually click the right thing this time. Okay. Well, getting back Organ Hoarder is not bad. So let's use Crawl from the Cellar. Back Organ Hoarder, put a counter on Diregraph Horde. Trying to decide if I want to swing here just to do 2 to them, and it's generally not optimal to do that, but the Collector coming down and making them discard a card is pretty real. I can also just Crawl from the Cellar again, just for the counter, and then my Horde can attack them. There's a lot of options here. A lot of options. So maybe I just play the Collector and don't make them discard. I think we'll Organ Hoarder. Flip the switch, sure. And yeah, we'll just pass the turn. I mean, this thing might hit us, but it's not that big of a deal if it does. I can actually even block it with the Awakener. So we're not in emergency mode. They could have the Board Sweeper. That would be bad. Not the end of the world because we have so much recursion, but it would be bad. Yeah, that's not so good. So I'm going to use these 3 to surveil here. We'll put that in the graveyard. Okay, so... well, that's a nice thing to draw, except that it's still daytime. I mean, it's still pretty useful. So let's play Patrician Geist here. We'll leave up Flip the Switch and Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Did I forget to surveil again? Yeah, I did. I haven't done that much in this format, surprisingly, but I'm doing it today. So that's even bigger now. Somebody make it nighttime. Come on. They have 1 card in their hand. I'm considering double blocking it with Organ Hoarder and Larder Zombie, and then using Midnight Ambush to kill it. It won't be able to kill both, even if they have a trick or something, so... I think that's what we're going to do here. See if they get us here. If they do... oh, man, they do. That is backbreaking. Okay. Well... that is really bad. Things do not be going well today. I mean, I guess I should have assumed the 1 card in their hand allowed them to interact, but Okay, that's really good to have on top. So we're going to decline. That'll make a big difference. I feel much better now. Because I can actually play... No, I can't quite do both those things, can I? No. All right. So, in that case, probably just Infernal Grasp the Cavalry here. And do we kind of have to end our turn? Like, not sort of. I mean, I don't have a good zombie to put a counter on. Getting back Larder Zombie actually looks pretty good on this board, but, like, we have Diregraph Horde and stuff like that, so I think probably just leaving up Flip the Switch here and attacking is fine. With the Geist, that is. Yeah. We'll end our turn. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They'll be able to cast it again next turn, but I have the mana up now, so I think I'll counter it now. So I definitely block here. I mean, just give up my Awakener. So, do I have the mana? I do, thanks to Patrician Guys. So, I think no, we don't. Because Crawl from the Cellar costs 3. We need 8 to Crawl from the Cellar, get back our our Horde, and then exile their graveyard. That's not happening. However, I can attack here with my Geist. Oh, crap. Okay. Then I can play the Collector, which will make them discard the 1 card in their hand. Okay, we got rid of a trick. So they're just going to play their 4/4 here. Okay, so... we're going to do that. We're going to Crawl from the Cellar. I think we get back the Horde. We go to combat. I think we swing for 5 in the air here. So they're at the mercy of the top deck. That's not a terrible one, but also not a great one. It's better than a land, you know? So yeah, I think we just take the 4 here. Then we start surveilling. That looks pretty good, actually. So we're going to decline. So 3, 5. Yeah, so we attack in the air here. Play Diregraph Horde. Exile, I guess, creature and removal spell. And we'll play Ecstatic Awakener too. I think we're gonna get out of this. It's looking pretty promising. I did kind of forget that has flying. Hopefully they don't find a way to kill us. Okay, so we're gonna pass the blocks. Can they kill us out of nowhere? It is possible. I should have been a little less aggressive on that attack because my zombies could kill them next turn pretty easily. They have 1 card, so it's not very likely, but it is possible. Okay. That doesn't do it, is the good news for us. I guess there's not really any reason for me to surveil here, so yeah, it's like I'm just wasting time. There we go. Okay. See if we can keep it going. I like the look of this hand. He could have put 3 counters on 1 creature, but it wouldn't have killed us, so that he didn't. Wouldn't have accomplished anything. Alright, so the mirror match didn't go super well for us earlier. Hey, we had a 7-win red-green deck yesterday, okay, outsider? So you don't have to draft black or lose. Trying to decide if I want to kill this Awakener before it has friends. I don't think so. There's enough ways. Okay, well, I wish I could kill that with my ambush right now, but I cannot. All right, my turn. So, do I want to rummage more than I want to create 2 bodies? I mean, it's also a body that blocks Blade Stitch Scob, so probably. Hey, Siege Zombie. So I think I'd probably throw away the island. This has been, if you keep playing against other blue-black decks, it's like almost never going to be day or night. So, it's been a little awkward. I mean, it's still an okay card in this form. I mean, it helped us win our last game, for example. So I think we block here. If in response they transform, I'm cool with it. Yeah, well, Startle I'm less cool with, but I'm still okay with it because it has Disturb. So it's not like the end of the world. So I can play Siege Zombie and leave up various effects. I could play Siege Zombie and just kill Ecstatic Awakener here. It's not too bad. I could also just bring this back. Not under that much pressure, although if they transform their creature, the amount of pressure I'll be under is significant. So maybe I just play Siege Zombie and leave up Startle and Ambush. Yeah. I can at least kill it when, they try to transform it, if nothing else. You know, unless they're leaving up Flip the Switch or some nonsense. Yeah, so we're going to try to block the Awakener. If they try to go for a transformation, we're good. Pretty good. I mean, it's certainly not a perfect situation. Because they still draw the card. However, I mean, it's acceptable. Alright, so Falcon Abomination gets us online for Siege Zombie, and we also get to leave up mana for Startle, so I think that's probably where we want to go. So I think we probably take this. I mean, we could try Startle. I just feel like things could go wrong so easily. So I think we probably just take it. Thank you for the follow. Lugnut over Japan. All right, so we'll do this, as these decks often do. So I think, yeah. I think we're going to attack with Falcon Abomination here and then bring back our Archivist. There's a decent chance they have flipped the switch. But, you know. I think we still run it out there. What are they going to do here with all that mana and all those cards in their hand? Surely there's something they're going to do. Wow. I don't know what happened there. That was a very strange sequence. So we take 2. Is their hand just all lands? That's the only way it's not strange. That's the only thing that might make some sense. All right, so I think we rumble with both flyers here. We get to loot, so hopefully we draw another creature we can play so that we can drain them, but if we don't, it's not a huge deal. I mean, I'm okay with drawing that, obviously, so we get to do 4 to them. And yeah, I mean, if we startle, we do get the opportunity to drain them potentially, but startling doesn't really accomplish anything right now. You know, Meat Hook Massacre would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? That would be fun. We've seen a lot of bombs today, so it would be on theme. Yeah, so we'll take 2. I mean, we could startle just for the body and to prevent the damage. And then we get to drain them for 1. I mean, it helps in the race a little. But I mean, I guess that's okay, honestly. I get to draw a card, too. So, yeah, I think we just do it. We're not going to block first, because no reason to put anything at risk. So now we have Organ Hoarder, which is good. And, you know, we probably just hold on to it in case they have Meat Hook Massacre at this point. Okay, yeah, we've got 2 cards that are good for helping us rebuild that we can lean on a little bit. First, we're going to attack with our 2 flyers. I'd probably play Organ Hoarder here, even if they have Meat Hook Massacre. I think the card advantage we get will be good enough. Okay, so this is interesting. Do I burn an Infernal Grasp on Nebelgast Intruder? Maybe. See what they do here. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. See, the problem is, not only will it kill our Archive Haunt, it can block our Falcon Abomination next turn. So I think we do it. Okay, they Geistwave their own creature. Kind of a wash in the end, I think, for both of us. I mean, that's what a wash means. Yeah. So, yeah, then I think we play this Organ Hoarder. I mean, I could play the Horde, and if they don't have Meat Hook Massacre, they're pretty close to dead on their next turn. but I think we can play around it. It just seems so strange, like the way they've played this game, if they don't have Meat Hook Massacre or something like that. I think we'd rather have Defenestrate at this point. Yeah. Does not allow us to kill our... I'm going to hold on to this in case they have the Mind Rot. And they might. I mean, we're playing it, so... Meat Hook Massacre would be bad. I mean, I don't know that we could recover from it even with Diregraph Horde because we would lose a bunch of life and they would gain a bunch of life. Yeah, it's probably game over if that's what they have. All right. So... Okay. That's a pretty good draw. Now I don't feel so bad if they kill my Archive Haunt, which they probably will do. I could also just stop attacking. But I think the loot on the Archive Haunt... I mean, I think there's reasons for us to attack here. I even think Organ Hoarder makes sense to attack with here. I think we'll attack with these three. We get to loot. Oh yeah, I like that. Poop, though. I guess it has flashbacks, so I'm probably just going to discard it and hold on to the other stuff. It's a good problem to have when they're like, I don't want to discard any of this, but it's also a problem. So Defenestrate here doesn't do much. I could have used it on a creature, I guess, and just swung out, but with all their mana, there's basically no way that what they're doing over there is bluffing. Like, I just can't imagine that's the plan right now. They're at 8. Looking at our graveyard a lot. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so I think we let this all happen. Alright, so I think we're going to burn our Defenestrate now. Although, if we do that... They still get a token, they still draw a card. And I can't play the other cards in my hand. So... I think we probably let this happen. So they just have a bunch of instant speed interaction. I don't think they have the Meat Hook Massacre, which means I think we step on the gas a little here. They still have something else. Maybe another Startle. Something bonkers like that. Okay. Or they're just doing that now. Glad we didn't try to swing out there. Okay. Yeah, they have pretty good attacks now, which is not good. Things really turned on us there because they made so many bodies. We're just going to do the same thing. And take away their Bait Hook Angler. I guess Ecstatic Awakener. They're more likely to be able to return creatures than other things, so... This is going to get ugly here. Can they just kill us? With Blade Stitch Scob in play, they may just be able to kill us here. Wow. That was nasty. You know, they were just sitting on all those cards. I should have been more aggressive, but the way they were playing, I wouldn't have, you know, it really seemed like Meat Hook Massacre was the thing we needed to worry about. But I'm going to have to lose my Siege Zombie here, probably, to not die, because, yeah. Luckily, Larder Zombie can't attack. Thank goodness for that. I mean, they kind of have to kill us here unless they actually do have Meat Hook Massacre. Okay, so pass the blockers. You're going to block that. So that's 11. That's 11. What could they have in blue or black that makes us dead from 13, from 2? The card draw spell would do it. There's definitely the draw 2, lose 2 card draw spell. I probably have to block one of them, which sucks. Yeah, there's enough ways we can die that I have to block one of them. It sucks because we could get pretty close to doing lethal to them. I mean, we still will, I guess. Especially because we have Defenestrate, but it's still pretty rough. Okay, so let's Siege Zombie here. Drops into 4. We go to 5. This is tense. We got there. They made us sweat it out, but we had enough of our own zombies to do the backswing. Yeah, with Defenestrate in our hand, I was reasonably confident we'd find a way to do lethal, even if they played another thing. This looks pretty good. A bunch of removal and a Falcon Abomination. And we got a turn 1 play, too. Yeah, Siege Zombie is nuts. That's for sure. That card is, too. I'm trying to think if I want to startle here. I could also exile it. Oh no, just destroy. I mean, I don't plan on blocking. So I think we attack, and if they block, we use startle to kill it. I know they can get it back as a 3-1 or whatever, but it's not that big of a deal if they do. Okay, well, I had a feeling that's how that would go, but I think it was worth a try, because like I said, I'm not blocking. If they have mana up and they're attacking me with a 2-1, I'm not blocking, and that's what they have, so. I'm not interested. Ooh, I hope, you know, I don't want to lose, but I haven't seen anybody pull it off with Ominous Roost yet, so it'd be cool if somebody did. Alright, so we're going to attack with our Awakener again. This is a good start if you're an Ominous Roost deck, I can tell you that much. It is a good start for our opponent. The only thing is they didn't mill any... Like, if they'd milled a card with Flashback or Disturb, then it would have been really bonkers. Luckily, they didn't. Yeah, I mean, I take 2. We're not blocking that guy. I almost forgot we have a Mask of Gristlebrand in this deck. We really need a 4th land, like, desperately, so not hitting one here is a little rough. I could attack here with both the Awakener and the Falcon Abomination and transform my Awakener. I mean, we're really entering into race mode if that's what we do here. I may as well attack with the zombie too, actually. If that's my plan, and I think maybe it is. I could also just Defenestrate Celestis Sanctifier and attack. I mean, that's not a terrible option. I also have Startle, yeah. I think I'm going to rumble with these. Yeah, and then we'll sack this. I mean, they're going to swing back at us pretty effectively, but I think I'm reasonably happy. Yeah, that's not great for us. Really pulls them ahead in the race, obviously. Fourth land is good. Another black would have been better, but, you know, can't complain too much, I guess. So, do we just pass here, stop being the beatdown? I guess we can just play Silverbolt and leave up mana. And plan on using Startle, Defenestrate, or Infernal Grasp. If we don't use Silverbolt. They're going to get a lot of flyers if we kill this Graphkeeper. They're going to get the 3-1 and the 1-1. Yeah. So, I think we just play Silverbolt here and pass. I think that's our best bet. Sadly. Let's hope they don't have more removal, because that would be not good for us. That's not good for us. Makes sense. Do I use Startle just to kill a token? That's a good question. Probably not. I think I'd probably block Celestis Sanctifier here and use Startle. Take 4. Yeah. So Startle. I almost targeted my own creature. That's a good draw because we can make our zombie big enough finally to be relevant. Yeah, that's not good. Bad things are happening. Wow. I don't have a card to return, so I can't cast it. That's not ideal. Oh, God. And the bottleneck of 1 black mana is kind of nightmarish right now. We've got a 3 freaking 4. Yeah, I mean, I think I just don't think we can muster what we need to here with the amount of mana. 5th land would make things a lot easier because we could leave up Defenestrate and one of our other removal spells if it was a swamp. I do have Silverbolt, which I can use. But, man, I don't really think... Well, you know what? Let's play Overwhelmed Archivist. God, I was hoping I'd draw something real. I did not, but I can exile one of their things, at least. Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have discarded a creature. That was real dumb. That was real dumb. Because if I discarded a creature, I then could have cast A lot of things. Yeah, that was stupid. I think we're going to get beat. If I made this a 3-3, things would be way better than they are. So, not doing it is rough. Okay, so I think we lose. At the very least, I should have... yeah, I mean, I think we were still dead pretty much, but... we had serious mana problems today, which have not helped our situations. So, do I just double block this and take 5? I mean, I think that might sadly be our best option. We're probably dead, but if we're not, then that'd be cool. Okay. We go to 1. Okay. They're going to hit our Crawl from the Cellar. Not that it matters that much. So we'll exile a Silversmith. Yeah, I mean, we just needed double black this whole game. And we did not get it. So I can Bolt something and Infernal Grasp something else, but still enough damage gets through. So we're just going to Infernal Grasp and kill ourselves. Rough. They had a great start. Something we've seen a lot of today. Turn 1, Champion of the Perished, for example. That wasn't fun. And yeah, them playing... Turn 2, 2/1 melee guy who has Disturb, and turn 3 Midnight. I mean, what's funny is we never let those things trigger, but playing around them is what killed us in the end. I mean, if we let them trigger, we would have died faster. But that's how powerful those kinds of cards can be, because it's like, yeah, your options are pretty limited. Not a great hand, but acceptable. I mean, we'll probably kill something on turn 2, counter something on turn 3, play Organ Hoarder. I wonder what would have happened in that game if we'd been smarter and discarded something else to get back with Crawl from the Cellar, which was the obvious play that I didn't see. That's a pretty good thing to draw since we didn't have a 1-drop. Because if I'd done that, they wouldn't have been able to attack with the 2/2 so brazenly. So, yeah. So we'll just end our turn here. Should I play Silverbolt? Probably. It's unlikely. Well, is it? There's a decent chance that they can make a token here. Yeah, I think we'll just pass. Yeah, that's what I figured they would have. And they do, which means we'll kill the Awakener if it tries to transform on us. So we'll block it here. And they'll try to transform it. At which point we'll kill it. They'll still draw the card, but I think they lose enough that I'm okay with it all, so. Especially because they won't have anything on the board, and then I'll have flip the switch up for our next turn. That feels pretty good. Yeah, we have the mana up now, so we're just going to do it now. Then we're going to play Organ Hoarder. 5th land, huh? Nah, I think I'd rather have No Way Out. We'll probably never draw a second blue mana now. Perforator. Not great for them on this board. We'll Surveil. I think we want to draw that. So I'd probably play Overwhelmed Archivist and Silverbolt here. Do I attack with Organ Hoarder here and offer that trade? Probably not. I think there's enough value to be had from other stuff. I mean, No Way Out's tempting, but I think playing a creature that adds to the board is probably better. You know, I think we probably attack with Organ Hoarder since we can get it back. Yeah, I guess I could put the counter on my Organ Hoarder and attack. It's not a bad line. Okay, well, it would have been apparently, because they would have killed it. Glad we didn't do that, but I do think that was probably a play that would have made sense. It just was weird and didn't work out that way. So, 5th land. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we throw it away. I think we'll use Crawl from the Cellar here to make our zombie a 2/4 and get back Organ Hoarder and end our turn. So I'm probably going to No Way Out them this turn. There's a good chance they're only going to have 2 cards in their hand, so... Okay, so they're going to Perforate. I'm hoping they're just doing that to try to do some damage, so they can trigger another card, but we'll see. They got Lunar Frenzy, okay. Alright, well, we're going to Surveil in response to that. Throw that away. All right, so yeah, we're gonna wipe out the rest of their hand here. And I'm glad I did, because both of those were very, very real cards. So we're gonna attack with our Archivist. I'm not planning on blocking. Play Silverbolt. So yeah, I mean they're just gonna. They're going to rumble because they can, you know? I guess they're going to take our Crawl from the Cellar at some point. Might be this point right now. Yeah. Okay. I kind of need to start leaving stuff back to block. Let's see what we hit with an Organ Hoarder. Siege Zombie's good. Do I want it more than a larger creature, though? Probably. Yeah, probably. It really starts to accelerate things in our favor. We just want them to draw blanks. That's what we want to happen here. Alright, so we're going to block both of the Perforators. With these. And then we're going to Siege Zombie. So their board's gone and we have a Defenestrate. Oh, that is obnoxious. Okay. That's a good draw though. I mean, I guess maybe I just Silverbolt it. Probably not, though. I think I just play all these things and end our turn here. All right, so they've stopped attacking us. That's good. So yeah, now I do feel pretty strongly that we should Silverbolt it. Thank you for the follow, Ravenick. Yeah. Do I want to kill that thing and press on the gas? I think with a Defenestrate in my hand, I do. I don't think we're going to transform our Awakener right this second, mostly because they could have something to do in response, and it just doesn't seem worth it. We'll throw away the swamp. I think we just hold on to this land so that we continue to have something to sacrifice. Yeah, so we can't Siege Zombie. Okay, well, definitely play this. Pumps up our Archive Haunt. 3, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll just swing out. It might not end up being lethal, but 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. Yeah. Yep, we got there. Yeah, I guess it was lethal with just a transformation. But that would have been easier for them to blow us out a little on. But if that's the only way they could survive, they probably wouldn't have survived. I mean, they would have, but only for a turn. All right. At least got to 3 wins. Let's get into the green here. It was only 9 damage without the transform, I think. Unless I'm crazy. This is pretty good. Yeah, we'll play the Awakener first, because it can chip in for damage early sometimes. Looks like it's going to get to. Oh, yeah, without the transform, I agree. It was either the Patrician Geist or transform, though. So I'll play this Larder Zombie. Basically, if they play anything that goes into their graveyard, we probably Rotten Reunion, and we still might do it anyway. I mean, I definitely trade a Larder Zombie for a Cathar Commando. I can tell you that much. Yeah, so we're gonna block. We could have a trick, but... Okay, they do. We will go ahead and Rotten Reunion to get rid of that Startle, though. Yeah. I think I swing for 1. And play Falcon Abomination. Probably want to kill that before things get too out of hand. Yeah, so we take 5. Pretty happily there, I think. Yeah, so we'll kill that Unruly Mob now because I can. So yeah, I think we go Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Well, I guess I could attack first, but... And then transform. Nah. We're gonna do Olivia's Midnight Ambush on the mob. Yeah. Then... trying to decide what I want to do here. I can crawl from the cellar, get back Larder Zombie, and play it, which is actually pretty good. I think that's what we'll do. And put the counter on the Abomination. And replay Larder Zombie. And I think that means We probably attack for 3. We do need to draw some action. Oh. That's not nice. So I probably take it here. Decline. And Organ Hoarder. Yeah, we want the removal, please. I mean, a land would be nice, but that removal spell is so good that it's pretty hard to say no to. So I probably block Cathar Commando. Oh, that's annoying. I'm glad I have removal for it, but it's annoying that they're going to take our Crawl from the Cellar from us. So the bad news right now is if I do block Bait Hook Anglers, they come back as flyers, and I don't really like that. So I think we block like this, though, because the Larder Zombie can block for forever. I think that's a little too reactive for our situation right now, so we're going to put that in the graveyard. I need to draw something real. Something real that I could play? Should I have said that? Okay. So I think we probably end our turn. Yeah. You know, I guess I'm just going to Infernal Grasp the Soul Guide Gryph right away. Because if I let them untap, they could have flipped the switch and stuff, and that would be bad. And we can't stop that Gryph right now, so... Don't love that. All the Disturb... This is another really good blue-white deck, where all the Disturb makes it kind of hard on us. We need to get those things in their graveyard so we can Rot and Reunion them, is what we need to do. We're not going to put that in our graveyard, actually. Another flyer would be a big deal right now. Put it into your graveyard. Decline. I would like a land. I'm holding on to Rot and Reunion just because it seems like it's going to have some real value in this game. Yeah. Do I try to chip in there with a zombie here? I don't think that's a terrible plan. Trading one for the front half of one of these is fine. And if it gets in, which is likely, I can make them discard the last card in their hand. So... yeah, they're going to let it chip in. And then we play a big flyer that makes them discard. I wonder if it's Startle or something and they just are going to fire it off, but that won't work. I mean, it will, sort of. Geist Wave, that makes more sense. Okay, so... do I want to... yeah, I mean, I'm not blocking with anything, so... we're going to do this. I mean, not blocking with those anyway. It's not great against these things. It does kill their flip sides, which is nice. So it's not a terrible thing to have on top. I guess we keep it on top. What did you just draw? I don't think I'm gonna like it since you hovered over my Blood Tithe Collector like that. Okay. How much damage can I do on a backswing right now? So I can sack the Abomination to make this 4, 7, 9. So I should probably block. Yeah, I'll block that. Drops us to 6. They can get back the flyer. Yeah, so I think we transform our Ecstatic Awakener here. Sack Falcon Abomination. So if we swing out here, they die. After I use Crawl from the Cellar, that is. So I think that's what we're going to do. And then we can still play Larder Zombie in our second main phase. I have to block with Archive Haunt. So do we want a flyer? Probably. So, yeah, we swing here. Wait, what was I talking about? Oh my god, why did I think this was lethal? I still think we attack with both of these. What kind of math was I doing? It's probably actually better to leave back Blood Tithe Collector since I'm so stupid. And, yeah, that's what we'll do. Hit them for 4, replay Larder Zombie because I thought they had 10 life for no reason. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking there. I think this is a desperation loot. Here's hoping. Looks like it probably was. Okay, so... Oh my god. I've been playing Magic too long today. I just keep doing things I don't mean to do. Like, you know, discard an Organ Hoarder for no apparent reason. Okay. Well... Now they are in a situation where they sort of have to block things. I think we play Silverbolt. So that if blocks go the way we want them to... Yeah. I guess I could just kill... Can I kill all the blockers? No. But we are going to attack with our token here. Double block and go to 2? Ah, okay. Yeah, all right. So I think we probably Rotten Reunion one of the 1/2s just because it would allow them to play 2 blockers. And I don't want that to happen. And then we'll play Falcon Abomination. So they can either get 1/2/2 or 1/1/2. I mean, depending what else is in their hand, but I mean from their graveyard. Made some pretty big mistakes there. Unfathomable, ununderstandable mistakes, in fact, but we won anyway. We did it. However this last game goes, it's probably going to be my last, because I'm running out of time. So I'll probably have to finish this draft off stream if we don't lose here later in the week. Right, pretty good. I mean, some earlier creatures would be good, but we can interact with the board early, so even if they get a fast start, we're probably okay. Probably. What an annoying card. I wish I hadn't been right about it in my set review. Many people thought I was wrong when I said it would be a really great common. They were like, why? It's just 2 inefficient creatures. And it's like, well, this is why. Because it can trade for things and ruin your life. Okay? Okay. Guessing they put the counter, yeah. Do I just kill that Timberland guide with Olivia's Midnight Ambush? Probably. I'm glad I drew a land there. Things would have gotten kind of ugly if I didn't, I think. Fifth land or a Silverbolt. I mean, a fifth land is nice because it turns on my collector, but it's not like I'll be able to trigger the alternate mode from it anyway, so I think I'll just take the removal. No Way Out plus Silverbolt's not too shabby, I don't think. We may end up making them discard something kind of okay, but I'm kind of okay with that. So let's No Way Out them. Disturbed creatures are pretty good against the zombie deck. I mean, I've sort of already knew that, but... So they discarded 2 lands, but that's better than them discarding things that they can just, like, get back. So I can live with it. And we can Surveil now, which has some value. Hey, there's their Organ Hoarder. So blue-green, when it really comes together, is like a self-mill monster. So far, they haven't really milled anything alarming, and that's good, but it can happen, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to do Larder Zombie here. Decline. That time we didn't put it in our graveyard. Look at that. So yeah, we'll play another Organ Hoarder here. Oh boy, we need a Swamp and we need Mask of Gristlebrand. I mean, I think we choose the Mask. We can get this back from the graveyard if we really want to, but it is annoying for it to go that route, and we've never really been able to play our Mask in this draft, which has been kind of rough. If we could start slapping this Mask on things, I mean, we're going to be unstoppable, but we don't have the mana to do it that way currently. So yeah, we'll trade for an Organ Hoarder. Yeah, we'll let that trade happen. Mysterious Tome. Outland Liberator. Luckily, it can't blow up my Bolt right now. I probably do need to just kill it. I mean, I can flash it back, so I think we do put it into our graveyard. Okay. We got double black, which is great. We can't do our thing just yet, but we're getting there. Because if I don't kill this, it's just going to blow up my Bolt anyway. I can still leave up Infernal Grasp if I do that. So that's what we're going to do, is kill the Liberator. And I think we just pass the turn. So I am planning on putting more stuff on the History channel. Ooh, that's not good. That is really not good. Okay. Yeah. It's been hard to keep up with it at the same time as everything else, so it hasn't really been happening. So if I put the Mask on a thing... So if I draw a land, I can put the Mask on a thing. But the problem is, well, that's not transformed yet. So if I put the Mask like on Organ Hoarder, I can block, gain life, draw a bunch of cards. Is that enough? I think it's probably just going to be better to play our 3/4 flyer here than it is to Mask of Gristlebrand. So I think we are going to... We could still draw this and still plan on doing that, and then that gives us the Mask option later. But we're pretty likely to draw another land anyway, aren't we? I mean, we've milled... I guess we've milled 3. This would be the 4th. I guess we're okay drawing it. It does enable enough things that I'm going to go ahead and draw it. I could also Infernal Grasp one of these things right now, but that doesn't seem great to me. Yeah, so I think we just play this 3-4, which is a pretty effective blocker right now. And end our turn. So they're going to draw a card. If we're going to win this one, it's going to take a while. I can tell you that. All right, so we are going to block one of them. Let's hope they don't have a trick or something to blow us out. We don't. Siege Zombie does actually let us pressure them, and it's cheap, and we can play it and do some other stuff too, so I think we probably draw it. If I use Crawl from the cellar... I think leaving up Infernal Grasp is probably better, and or Defenestrate is better than all these other things. So I think we'll just pass the turn. So they're about to do the Rise of the Ants again. Oh, they can tap down our flyer. Yeah, that's not cool. Okay. Let's see how they attack. Do I have to use Infernal Grasp on this freaking Gale Drifter? I think we're losing this. Because we're going to go to 3 here if we do Infernal Grasp it. Whatever. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of choice. I think forcing them to flash it back is probably just going to be better for us. I guess Surveilling is better than doing damage to them right now, because we need to draw something impressive or die, so... That's pretty impressive. And I can even get rid of the ant thing. Okay, yeah, we leave it like this. Ooh, almost clicked the wrong way again. So they can get a flyer back before I get to get rid of it, but I can get rid of Rise of the Ants at least. And they're not going to be able to tap my creature this turn, and then I can hopefully get the Mask online. If I can get the Mask online, we might be in business. Because we can gain enough life to no longer be on the verge of death. So we get rid of Rise of the Ants. What else do I want to get rid of? I guess Organ Hoarder. And we pass the turn. We might actually stabilize. As long as they don't do something amazing. And they do get to surveil, so the chances of finding like a thing that does something are reasonable. And, okay, especially because they did that. Oh my god. The value. There's so much of it. Well, we can defenestrate that, at least. So, given what's in our hand, I kind of think I can do one, and then I'm gonna surveil once and do one once. That's what I'm gonna do here. Split the labor. Don't really think we want that. Flip the switch could be useful. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to mask yet because we have to not die before all else. So I think that means... I mean, putting the mask on Diregraph Horde would give us a flyer, another flyer to block with. But I also really need to kill Augur of Autumn before they get so much value out of it. But they're going to tap down our only flyer. So... And we'll go to 1. So I kind of have to let them have the value, I think. Which is brutal. In which case, may as well play the mask. I think playing the mask, equipping the mask, gives us a second flyer. And one that can gain us life. I think that's what we have to do. I don't really think we can attack, although... I guess we can. It'll take us up to 6. Yeah. I guess we can do it. It'll take us up to 6. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. We're not dead to one Whale Drifter now. One Whale Drifter hit. This game's gonna be wacky. They have so much mana. And they have Augur of Autumn in play. We're lucky, by the way, they don't have Coven. Because that would be absurd. With the amount of mana they have. Hopefully we get to untap and kill... Now they have it, unfortunately. But hopefully we get to untap and kill Augur of Autumn. Okay. So there's another 1/1 to pressure us. And they have the ability to tap a thing right now. So that matters. Alright, so we're going to Siege Zombie. Gonna Siege Zombie. You know, maybe I should Surveil. I'm going to Surveil with the second one. That is a blocker, if nothing else. But I think we'll put it in our graveyard. A land probably isn't great, but... okay. So, let's go to combat. I'm sure they tap down Diregraph Horde. The good news is, we can then put it on something else. So... You know, for defensive purposes, anyway. But yeah, we can't really attack either. I think we have to defenestrate Augur of Autumn or we're going to lose. That's what we're going to do. I could leave up Flip the Switch, but with 9 mana, it might just be better to get this flyer out of our graveyard. Probably is. This game's crazy. Because we can slowly bleed them out with Siege Zombie, so we don't need to do much more than that. The Hauler is pretty big on this board. But yeah. Oh, that's not good. I can put a counter on my Horde at least so that it can still attack, but that's really not good. These games have all been so long, I'm going well over my normal time that I would stop streaming. Okay, so Siege Zombie. I think we're leaning on you. The ping does not gain you life. Wait a second. No, they lose the life, so yeah, you don't gain life. Then Surveil. I think we probably throw that away. Ah, Startle. That is quite helpful. Alright, so we're going to use Crawl from the Cellar. Guess we'll get back an Organ Hoarder. I mean, a larger zombie on the ground isn't bad. Do I have the mana to do both? Yeah, I guess I do, but leaving up Startle seems pretty legit here. I'm gonna get back in Oregon Horror. Yeah, I probably want Oregon Hoarder. We'll put the counter here. And now I have Startle, which can blow up the double block. So I think we go for it. It'll take us up to 10. Oh yeah, that thing can block. I kind of forgot that can block. Yeah, that's not good. I guess we're just going to use Startle to kill the 1/1. I was thinking it couldn't block at all, and obviously I'm incorrect. So, but yeah. So we're going to Startle this, and then, yeah, the Phantom Carriage will die. Wait, that was stupid, because that lets them keep the 1/1. Many mistakes are being made on my part. I mean, it's not a disaster, but we did draw a Rotten Reunion. That's pretty good. Yeah. To go up to 10, and then, yeah, I think we Rotten Reunion, and we probably want to take away the creature more than we want to take away the card draw. Yeah, so we take away the Archivist. And we end our turn. We probably just need to start burning them with Siege Zombie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we're probably done surveilling. Oh my god, there's another Phantom Carriage. Well, that's not good. I'm glad I'm at 10, but... But yeah, we need to start just hurting them with Siege Zombie. We have enough in our hand. I mean, controlling our draws is nice, but it's not a big deal. All right, our opponent scooped eventually. We eventually got there. All right, so... Yeah, it's just me and you, YouTube. I'm not actually streaming this last game or 2 games, whichever it ends up being. Just recording it. Didn't have time to finish it on the stream, and, you know, streaming for like 30 minutes or whatever didn't really seem worth it. So, it's just me, you, and YouTube. And yeah, we'll see if we can finish out strong with this deck. Pretty happy to get it to where we did, frankly, because I feel like I mean, it's been a couple days, but I feel like it started 1 and 2 and then sort of got its act together. It is a slow deck, but it generally wins if the games go a long time, so, you know, guess that works. Guess that works for me. It's been a long time since I just recorded gameplay. I used to do it all the time. I mean, I didn't start streaming until, I want to say 2019, so... Used to just record. Yeah, this hand's a keepable one. You know, mana is nice. Turn 1 Lunarch Veteran's annoying. We have a turn 1 play too, but... yeah. So, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say they're aggressive. Okay, so, yeah, not really worth the block there. It's our mask. So play our Siege Zombie here. End our turn. So 3rd land needs to show up soon. I mean, I guess we could probably, if we don't draw it, it's not a huge disaster. It looks like our opponent is just going all in on damaging us because they don't have mana, just like we don't. Alright, well. I think we're going to go ahead and swing in for 2. Leave up our ambush. Not really planning on using it on anything, but... Uh-oh. So, we'll be using it on that, especially because they have Coven, so... Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and kill the Witch here. Oh, boy. That is rough. Okay. Well, the good news is our opponent is stuck on 2 as well, so that definitely makes it more palatable. I figure I should swing just because our game plan will probably eventually be to drain our opponent out. I mean, we're not that far away from starting to do it with Siege Zombie, and so keeping their life under control is probably worth it, and I think ultimately we'll be able to gum down the ground enough that I don't need to worry about, you know, taking a few damage here early. I think it's worth swinging for 2, in other words. Oh, thank God. Okay, so I think we probably attack with Siege Zombie and then play Abomination. There's... Oh, or they tap it down, which is fine. Yeah, so we don't attack, but then we play Abomination. And we have 3 creatures, so now we can start draining them. I could leave up Flip the Switch there, but I don't think that's really what we want to do. I think adding to the board is better. Opponent also got their 3rd land. Okay, so yeah, now we go Siege Zombie. Nice. 4th land is great. Definitely swing with the Abomination. And play Organ Hoarder. So I think we're pulling ahead here. I mean, they're still stuck on 3, for one thing. We'll take our Grasp here. And end our turn. Right, so they managed to get their 2nd color. So they're black-white, which makes sense for Bereaved Survivor. It's kind of its thing. Okay. That's a pretty sweet thing to get back with the Survivor if they get to that point. I still feel pretty good about our situation right now, though. We can still use it to tap it. We can still sack it to our Ecstatic Awakener. I mean, we're in a pretty good place here. Especially because we don't really need to attack them. I mean, attacking basically leads to this transforming. I mean, that's what would happen as a result. But I can kind of attack with Organ Hoarder here pretty reasonably, huh? Because the only way they could block effectively is with something that'll just die. I mean, Lunarch Veteran may block here, but I think that's fine. Although, I guess I have 6 creatures, so it's probably not even worth the risk at this point. And I'm actually about to play Diregraph Horde, so never mind. I think we just play our Horde here and start just doing 3 to them every turn. And then we can use Mask of Gristlebrand eventually. Get rid of their Witch. So if they do transform the Survivor, they don't get anything back. So yeah, we'll just be able to drain them a bunch until we can swing for lethal, most likely. Right now, we don't have a way to get our Siege Zombie back. If it dies, but yeah. So that's a pretty good combo because they can just attack with one of those for free, more or less, and they also gain a bunch of life, which is annoying. And that will transform their Survivor if they do attack and transform. All right, Siege Zombie. Siege Zombie. Siege Zombie. I think we're at a point where leaving up removal and counter magic kind of seems good. Once I get to 6 mana, I'm going to play the Mask and equip it and start actually doing more additional things. But right now, I don't think it's necessary. So yeah, I think we just play Larder Zombie here. And we probably pass, leaving up Infernal Grasp, flip the switch, being able to transform the Awakener. I could just play the Mask this turn, but I feel like we're going to get more bang for our buck if we do it all in one turn. Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to have to kill that because, yeah. It's a huge problem. So, why did I let that resolve? Bad call. All right. We didn't have to let it resolve, which would have been ideal. not letting it resolve. But, you know, we'll go ahead and kill it. Which also means Bereaved Survivor transforms. Okay, good. It's mana value 2 or less, so that's not a disaster. I definitely should have countered it, though. That was not... That was far from optimal. 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 2 more creatures, and we can do 4 a turn. So yeah, I mean, we definitely had to fire off the kill spell once we screwed that up, because they would start drawing way too many cards for us to combat them. They're out of gas, but they have Gavany Trappers, 2 of them, which is some pretty real mana sink ability. I think we just keep draining. I don't really think we're going to use Larder Zombie's ability. We may sack something to the Awakener at some point, probably this, but at this point I'm not super interested. They could kill our Abomination if they wanted to, but it wouldn't accomplish that much. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty reasonable attack, I guess. It's not great, though, because I can block with the Abomination, the Token, and Larder Zombie, and they... Yeah, I think that's probably what I do. So they can choose to kill the Abomination and the Token, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, Siege Zombie here. Yeah, that Slaughter Specialist is going to become a problem as the game goes on. Okay, so yeah, I think it's probably Mask of Gristlebrand time. This is going to make them... I mean, it would make them leave up mana for Gavany Trapper, but maybe with the Trapper in play, it's just not that meaningful to play in the first place. Maybe I just play Organ Hoarder here. Nah, I mean, I think it's probably worth it. We'll suit up our Horde here. We get in the air here and gain back some life, too, which is great for the race. Yeah, and then we can still Siege Zombie them and whatnot. Yeah, letting that resolve. Not great. Because... I had the mana to counter it. I'd still have my kill spell, etc. So I think we just take a hit from the Horde this time. I'm not super worried about the damage. Okay, well, that makes things a little less appetizing, but I might still just take it all. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take 7 here. At some point very soon, we'll be able to swing for lethal. Oh, well, that makes it a little harder. A lot harder, actually. 2 bodies, and they gain life. Okay. Let's play our Organ Hoarder here. Well, let's go to combat first. Almost assuredly, they tap down the Horde. Yeah. No surprise there. So we'll play Organ Hoarder. I guess we'd prefer more bodies. None of these cards are great right now. But getting more creatures does matter. So yeah, we'll, in the turn, leave up, flip the switch. As long as it costs 3 or more, we can counter it. Okay, so luckily we can counter it. Glad we left mana up that time. Okay, so definitely block the Clarion Cathars with the 3-2. Probably take the 3-4, though. Alright, so Siege Zombie. Oop. There we go. Yeah, submit 3. No creatures they can get back right now, which is good. Alright, so cashing in our Abomination might just be worth it to draw the card here. Probably is. It will grow their Specialist, but that's fine. Kind of a funny draw. Okay. So, let's go to combat. They tap down the Horde. We're not going to attack. I'm going to play another Ecstatic Awakener. And we can Rotten Reunion twice, if we feel like it. They can tap down 2 blockers at some point with those trappers. That would be pretty bad, actually. I think we have enough blockers that we'd be okay, but it would be close right now. Because I do only have... I guess I have 5 creatures who can block, and they can only tap 2, so... that wouldn't really do it for them. We can cast this and flash it back here. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, so... we're gonna do this. Sucks they drew another Defenestrate. Do I want to do any more damage to them here? Well, I guess I can Rotten Reunion. Yeah, let's do that. Let's Rotten Reunion. Rotten Reunion. More likely they can get creatures back than spells. And then we're going to do Siege Zombie. We're still okay right now, but yeah. They can't be too aggressive. I think they can definitely attack with that 7/7 though, pretty aggressively. They decided not to. Wow, that is a... I mean, you know, we do have 2 of them, but it's still a pretty dirty draw for us to get here because it lets us get our Siege Zombie back. Which is definitely what we do. And... I guess we'll put the counter on Organ Hoarder. Makes it so it can block Diregraph Horde. So right now we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 creatures. This will be 12. We could cast it again and get Larder Zombie, but getting to 13 doesn't make that much of a difference here. So let's go to combat. I'm sure they tapped down... Well, they didn't tap down Diregraph Horde. That's cool. Does that mean we just win now? I think it might. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11. Yeah, so if we play Crawl from the Cellar and get back Larder Zombie, we can just tap them all for the win, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, and then this will give us 12, and yeah. So we crawl from the cellar, not like that though. Crawl from the cellar, get back Larder Zombie, put a counter on Siege Zombie. Oh, you know what they can do? They can tap something down in response. Okay. I think they actually could have bought themselves one more turn, because in response to Larder Zombie, tap down one creature. But I guess they still would have been pretty much dead. But because if they had tapped one creature, then I wouldn't have been able to do enough until I untapped. So they had one more card to draw there. But yeah, missing the tap there was big. Because we would have had to wait significantly longer to kill them. All right, so this will be our last game, one way or another, whether we win or lose. Okay. No creatures to speak of. I mean, Rotten Reunion can make creatures, but you know what I mean. Basically no creatures. We're likely to draw some, so I'm not going to go aggressive with Rotten Reunion here. If I already had a Siege Zombie in my hand or something, I probably would, but given the situation, I'd probably wait. Okay, so we're going to really need a 4th land, so hopefully we see it. Now, even if we do have it, they might be flipping the switch on us. We do have it. I still think we go for it. We can't really play around it given our hand, so yeah. We can't really play around it. Are they blue-red or blue-black? I wonder if they have another flip to switch. They could. Well, let's find out. So I'm going to play our Overwhelmed Archivist here. Nice. I think I'm going to pitch Rotten Reunion. We need that 5th land, and we can flash it back if we really want to. So yeah, we could crawl from the cellar to get it back, but I don't have a zombie to put it on right now. And it's not a huge deal, but it's not like I could play it now anyway. So I think I just leave up Infernal Grasp and Rotten Reunion and pass the turn here. Probably about to bounce it, I guess. That's not really... Oh, that's a little more of a big deal. I think we do put it on top, though. I'm guessing they're blue-black, but they, given what we've seen, they could still be blue-red. That is a possibility. I think we will Rotten Reunion here. And get rid of Revenge of the Drowned. Look, we added to the board. So I could play the Horde. I'm still sort of inclined to play around the counter magic a little bit. I think we probably just play the Archivist again. We don't really need another swamp, so I think we pitch it. Yeah. Another island, sure, but another swamp, not so much. Do I want to play Crawl from the Cellar now to get back Organ Hoarder? I mean, a counter on a Decay token isn't exactly exciting, but it's not terrible either. Especially because getting back Organ Hoarder is so good anyway, so I think we probably just do it. Okay. Anytime your opponent plays that and doesn't, like, wreck combat on you, you feel pretty good about it. Let's feel less good about that. Just because it's so big. I might Infernal Grasp it. We'll see. See what they put in their graveyard. We may need to play Diregraph Horde if it's something scary. Yeah, that's relatively scary. I mean, it's not insane, but I think it's probably enough of a thing that I want to play the Horde here. Means we're going to take 6 in the air next turn, but I think we can recover. Take out both of those cards. And end our turn. So, yeah, all right. So let's go to combat. So we can hit them for 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not really worth it yet, but we will attack with these two. I think we play Organ Hoarder here. If they counter it, we'll be able to play Infernal Grasp. And if they don't counter it, we're pretty happy. So, it's never going to be night, but the Midnight Hunt does kill the 2/1. It might be a good time to get Flip the Switch, though. They have a bunch of mana, so they would have to cast something that costs a significant amount for us to be able to flip it. Whereas Midnight Hunt, no matter what, will kill the Intruder. Well, not no matter what, but it's less situational. Well, we've also got Silverbolt, so it's not like we're desperate for that effect, I guess. So, yeah, let's take Flip the Switch. Leave up our Flip the Switch and Infernal Grasp. I probably just use Infernal Grasp on the Carriage if it attacks us. Okay, so I was kind of assuming they had a second color that we just hadn't seen, and there it is. Maybe I just take 6 here. If they attack. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. What we really don't want to happen here is for them to... Yeah, that sucks. All right, so we are going to... I think we use our Silverbolt here to kill the Intruder. Wow. That's pretty backbreaking. Their deck is like a flash deck. It's not really something I've seen before, but it does seem to be what they are. So if I kill their 1 blocker and attack, I do 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 16. So it's lethal if they can't do anything about it. On the flip side... Oh, well, we know they can because I have Nebelgast Intruder. Although I can flip the switch on it. So I should probably just kill that blocker and swing out. I think that's our best option here. It's unlikely there's like 2 things they can cast. It's possible, but it's unlikely. So I think we use Infernal Grasp on the blocker. And now we swing out and hope that all they have is Flip the Switch. If they don't, we lose. If they have something else, we lose. But if their plan is Nebelgast Intruder here, I think we win. All right. We got there. 7-win deck. Deck was pretty good in the end. I mean, it's a blue-black deck that has most of the things you want. We do only have like one copy of most of them, but it ended up working out okay in the end.